All right, take two, take two. Two takes, two mistakes, no problem. That's all right. All we got here is the wild rice, a little bit of water from some bottled water, Poland Spring. Heard it has some bullshit in it. Not really proud of it. Had alkaline water, but I'm waiting for the alkaline water probably for the later part of this fast and cleanse. And I'll explain while I'm eating a little bit because of me reviewing my cleanse booklet or packet, whatever you want to call it. And basically what it said on there was the first 3 days you can eat like your regular meal, dwindle it down basically to just juicing. But the way I perceive it is, you know, I already did a 3-day apple fast. So since this is 4 and 5, by the way, I apologize for not getting on here day in and day out. You know, I missed the 1 day. Probably no biggie for anybody watching this. And I'm shaking so much because I'm shaking some stuff in there. I should probably just let it boil before I start shaking and seasoning. Yeah. But by the way, we just got the basil and the oregano. Yeah, so I'm actually good. I really don't need this wild rice. I mean, I don't need it. It's all good on that level of it. And it's only really because I've been cleansing for so long, a little bit rewarding before we go real hard. So to describe it a little bit better, going through that packet I was talking about, got the mango, peach, banana juice. Going through it, I was like, okay, it's saying that the first 3 days, just like regular meals with something called a digestive stimulator, which is basically like 6-7 herbs that I did a horrible job of explaining because that was the internal cleanse kit, which was way bigger and way more ingredients, and I basically got intimidated and I didn't want to keep reading it. And then anyway, for the colon cleanse, that's what we're doing first. That's what I'm doing first. It was after so many ingredients of the digestive stimulator, basically stimulating your digestion, go figure, was going to be the next thing was going to be toxin absorber. That's what it was. And toxin absorber, as far as I've seen, was just ginger root. So I guess ginger root absorbs and really acts as like a sponge to really suck in all those toxins. So we're looking at I think 3 to 4 more days of that with just juice after tomorrow. So I was like, all right, I'll reward myself. You know, I'm only doing so many of digestive stimulator. You have to find your number so you're not running to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So it's they call it a soft bowel movement. So you know, everybody thinks of these cleanses as some kind of terrible, torturous way to get your body to just shamanically purge out like every negative energy in your whole entire body. Well, at the end of the day, we are trying to purge out negative energies for sure. And speaking of shamans, there's people that actually in shamanic lands such as Peru, you know, South Africa, everything else like that, that report that they even like battle entities, like they battle actual energetic like beings that are negative, which is really deep if you could follow that. I'm sure I'm not going to do any of that because I'm not taking hallucinogens. Let's just call it as it is. I'm not doing any of that, so probably won't deal with that. But I definitely do feel a shift in my emotional field. That's one thing I wanted to share before it gets too long. Physically, what I want to say I felt while this is cooking up here, not really cooking too fast, probably put too much water in there. Always got to watch, always got to measure, make sure that you know this is possible for yourself, not only this cleanse but just this healthy eating way of living. I totally got off on another tangent and just jumping one thing from another, but just like it always hits me, you know, of how simple we look at life with burgers, hot dogs. You know, I always hear barbecues and everything. Nothing wrong with that. It's how we were raised and all. But it's like, oh, okay, like, oh, that's what's gonna be there: burgers, hot dogs. Cool. Like, that's it. You know, where's the creativity? Where's the creativity in the physicality of our being and how it could provide for us in a long term? And not even in the long term, but in the short term, long term. You know what I'm saying? In the week, in the later part of the day, not even like in the moment, even though everything is in the moment and all that happy stuff. It really is about the later part of the month, the later part, not even of your life, but the short term, long term. Just made that one up. But I actually remembered what I was going to say with the physical things of what I was dealing with we want to feel our bodies, right? Everyone wants to feel good at the end of the day. Everybody wants to really feel actually like they're feeling good. Like, what do we mean when we say we feel good? Oh, I feel good. Like, are you on a substance? Are you drinking? Okay, you do that. That's chill. That's you. That's cool. Wait, but like, what if we're not? What if we're just sitting there, we're vibing out with our girl, our boy, whatever, whoever it is. Whatever it is at the end of the day, even if we're not with somebody, even if we're alone, are we feeling good by ourselves? All this, right? So what it means to me, feeling good, is I'm actually feeling my body. And what was cool, for a good example, ooh, that was a lot of light there. Actual example of it was my organ almost was able to be felt, like, this is gonna sound weird, but like where it was in my body, and the I guess the outline of it almost was like recognized by my consciousness. Like, I can only explain it like this: when your stomach grumbles, right, you're like, oh, that's a weird noise, like, where's that coming from? It's just something in my body, like annoyed that I'm not eating that much, or annoyed and wants food and wants, you know, me to you know, not have, what the hell am I saying? Not be hungry. That's where people cut out videos. Because I had like 3 things to say there. But of course, I'm hungry and I got to deal with it. You know, it's not like I can immediately eradicate that feeling of being hungry. So I'm sitting with it, I'm chilling with it, and I could describe it like this: it's almost like the echo of the grumbling, the vibration of the actual grumble hit, and I could feel where it was limited by the actual intestinal organ itself, and where it was, and like how it felt in my body, where it was in my body. And I was like, I could feel my organ. Like, not only can I feel my body, do I feel lighter, all that, but I could feel the organ. So I thought that was interesting. And back to the emotional thing, I just, you know, I feel like I'm going through waves. I feel like I'm going through waves, even though I'm eating healthy. You know, healthiness is wealth and all that, happiness and everything else. But if we're kidding ourselves, fooling ourselves, and I was eating a lot of vegan cupcakes, banana bread, that's fine. I mean, yeah, you gotta have a sweet tooth every now and then. Even slipping up, even before, you know, even claiming to be vegan, like I'm not like complete 100% vegan, like having Krispy Kreme donuts, because I'm just like, I'm breaking, you know. I've always gave this justification to myself, like, hey, yo, it's just, you know, it's fine, like, you're about to go on this fast. But from here on out, I'm gonna try to, you know, really stay on the path, so I could really make sure I could advocate it and be happy and liberated in that advocacy of it, knowing I'm true to myself and knowing I'm doing it myself and really going with it throughout my life, throughout my lifestyle. So yeah, my emotions and the waves of emotions was like, okay, we're eating healthy, we're happy, I'm eating healthy, but then what's this? Like, what's this, like, kind of feeling of, like, it's not tired, and you know, I'm kind of tired physically, but it's more of like a kind of knowing that something's bad, like knowing that something's doesn't feel right, doesn't vibe right, doesn't jive right, like. And I don't know, I just knew intuitively throughout the day that this is good or this is bad for me. Oh, I'm gonna read that book. Oh, okay, I'm gonna read that book. Oh wait, am I gonna go in the shower? Nah, it's gonna take much. I don't know, I just knew, like, point A to point B exactly what I was doing throughout the day. Like, I felt like I didn't have like a lot of hesitations throughout the day, like a lot of choice. You know, we make choices all the time, but what are choices at the end of the day but the hesitation we make before our decisions? So I feel like I was just deciding things, you know, in a way that like was flowing. So that felt good. And now I think my dad's listening to me through the bathroom window because he's a weirdo. If you stayed this long in the video. And yeah, we're gonna keep cooking up the wild rice. This is day 4 and 5. I'm gonna still try to hop on here every day, and we're gonna get to it. We're gonna put some little pink Himalaya salt up in there, 84 trace minerals, if you guys don't know how great the pink salts are for you. And yeah, this is my thing right now, and hopefully, like I said, the YouTube channel is only gonna get more upgraded and more upgraded. And not only that, but may even become a platform of just doing this. Like, why not? Why not just do this. Just do the diet and the whole healthy foods and the recipes and vegan cooking. Why not? My brother might help me with that. So stay tuned in for that. Stay looking out and stay wholeness.